Companies Act, Section 341, Extension of Personal Liability to Partners and Directors of Firms and Companies. Section 341 of the Companies Act, 2013 serves as an extension provision to the powers granted under Sections 339 and 340. It ensures that when fraudulent conduct or misfeasance is committed not directly by an individual but through a firm or body corporate, the individuals in control or management of those entities such as partners in the case of a firm or directors in the case of a company can also be held personally liable for such misconduct. The provision seeks to pierce the veil of organizational structures, preventing individuals from evading liability by acting through separate legal entities. It reaffirms the principle that legal persons like firms or companies must act through natural persons, who are equally accountable for fraudulent or wrongful conduct. 1. Objective and purpose of Section 341. The main objective of Section 341 is to ensure accountability of those in control of firms and companies that have engaged in misconduct. It aims to deter individuals from using firms or companies as a shield for fraudulent or dishonest conduct, ensure equity and justice by holding those responsible for decision-making personally liable, extend the remedial powers of the tribunal beyond corporate structures to the actual persons involved, prevent indirect escape routes from liability during winding up proceedings of companies. 2. Link to Sections 339 and 340. To fully understand Section 341, it is important to refer to the preceding two sections it builds upon. Section 339, Liability for Fraudulent Conduct of Business. This section empowers the tribunal to hold any person such as a director, officer, or any other individual involved in company affairs personally liable for company debts if it is found that the company's business was carried out with an intent to defraud creditors or for a fraudulent purpose. Section 340, Power to assess damages for misfeasance. This section allows the tribunal to order repayment, restoration, or compensation against any individual who has misapplied company property, retained company funds, or breached their fiduciary duties. Section 341 operates in conjunction with these two sections, extending the tribunal's powers to partners in firms and directors of other companies, where the firm or company itself was the party through which such misconduct was committed. 3. Scope and applicability of Section 341. Section 341 applies in the following circumstances. A declaration under Section 339 has been made against a firm or a body corporate for conducting business with fraudulent intent. An order under Section 340 has been passed against a firm or body corporate for misfeasance, breach of trust, or wrongful retention of property. In such cases, the tribunal is empowered to extend the liability to partners who were part of the firm at the relevant time, or directors who held office in the concerned body corporate at the relevant time. This provision does not require a separate act of misconduct to be proved against the partner or director individually. Instead, their association with the firm or company during the time of the misconduct may be sufficient to trigger liability, provided the tribunal deems it just and proper. 4. Tribunal's powers under Section 341. When a firm or company is found guilty of fraud or misfeasance under Sections 339 or 340, Section 341 empowers the tribunal to declare liability under Section 339, Fraudulent Conduct of Business, against any partner of the guilty firm, any director of the guilty company. Pass an order under Section 340, for misfeasance, etc., against such persons to repay or restore misapplied funds or property, contribute compensation to the company's assets, enforce charges on the personal assets or entitlements of those found liable. The tribunal has complete discretion to assess each case based on the facts and determine whether the involvement of a partner or director justifies personal liability. 5. Relevance of relevant time. The term, at the relevant time, plays a key role in determining who can be held liable. It refers to the time during which the fraudulent conduct or misfeasance occurred. Only those persons who were partners of the firm or directors of the company at the time when the misconduct occurred may be held liable. This ensures that individuals who joined after the wrongful acts took place are not unjustly penalized. 6. Protection of innocent individuals. While Section 341 extends the scope of liability, the exercise of this power by the tribunal is not automatic. The tribunal will consider whether the individual had actual involvement or oversight of the affairs, whether they were in a position of control or benefited from the misconduct, whether they had knowledge of or willfully ignored the wrongful acts being committed. The tribunal's powers are exercised judicially, ensuring that innocent partners or directors who were not complicit or negligent are not wrongfully penalized. For more details, contact us.